Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Parth. So why masters, and why particularly Denmark?
So, like why I chose masters, because like at some point of time you feel this requirement that you need to learn more things, and things which are like um going to happen in next 5 or 6 years, because when you're working in a company you see things which are happening right now, but in the future, like 5 year or 10 years down the line, which things are going to come into the picture, that is what masters is about. So and we are currently going into this industrial revolution 4.0, which is on industry
Hmm.
4.0.
Right.
So, and Europe is like the heart of this revolution. So I decided to like go for a master's in Europe, more focused on this understanding the latest uh, practices and theories and things which are in Europe. So I decided to pursue a master's in this, in the same field, more focus on the industrial part, so industrial engineering and management part, and that's why I chose Europe. And why Denmark? So this was like, Denmark is the most friendly country if you are not no non, I would say, local language speaker. Like Denmark has like
Hmm.
95% of the people speak English, so you don't feel left out in any way if you are not speaking their language. Like unlike Germany, where
Yeah.
you have to learn the German
Right.
language if you need
Right. Right.
work or survive, or even interact with people. So that is not the case with Denmark. It's a cool city, I would say. People are more friendly. People are open to the international community. They are very helping and supportive, and the environment is good. So that's why I chose Denmark.
Yeah, you pulled out a nice point. Actually, I myself personally didn't knew that this is also an option, because mostly, even like I talk with my friends from mechanical background, when it comes to masters, they only have one option, like Germany. But Denmark, yeah, this could be another alternative for them, because main hindrance for them is like learning Germany. You should be
Yeah,
at least be like A2 grade level to
yeah,
be
yeah,
able
yeah.
to go there. But I guess that's not any case in this Denmark.
Yeah. So although like Germany is free, but you need to learn
Hmm.
the language. But yeah, obviously outside Germany, anywhere you have to pay the tuition fees. So
Okay.
you can study for free in Germany. That is a perk. You
Yeah,
just
yeah,
have to learn the local language. But
yeah.
if you are studying in a non-German country like Denmark, Sweden, Netherlands, Belgium, and France, so you have to learn. You have to pay the
Pay
tuition
the tuition
fees.
fees, right?
That
Uh,
is the downside, I would say.
and is it costly? Because it's, I think, no one can be more expensive than US. What is the
Yeah, so
cost?
it's cheaper than US and
Mhm.
Canada, I would say, and more Australia as well. So it's more of a like, you don't pay as much as you pay in US, but yeah, it's like, I would say 30 or 40% cheaper than US, and you get a good community, you got a good environment, and people are good, and the like lifestyle is also good. Like Denmark is one of the happiest country in the world, so you can really see why they're happy.
I guess you are perfectly fit over there. You're enjoying where you are now.
Yeah, the weather is really good. It's chilly, of course, but like it's the vibe of the country which gets to you when you stay there for a long time, and you actually see that people are really content with what they have. They don't chase after things.
Right, right, right. And like talking about chasing, like what is the salary range in this field? Like also like tell us about over there as well as in India.
So in India, like a production engineer like earns a package of around, depends upon the company to company. But like if you go into Maruti, you can get. Or something, I don't remember exactly the values, but it's pretty good. But if you are like, and it could like, and if you're in Hyundai or something, you can get a package of like 6.5 or 7. Scots has a package, 5.5 to 6.5. Havels has, I guess, a 4.5 range. So it depends. It's basically depends from company to company, but it can range around anywhere around 5 to 8 lakh per annum package. But the good side is that it's like a fixed job, like it's
Yeah,
9 to 5 or 9 to 6 job, because you cannot take the machines home, you cannot work from home. So it's a fixed working hours. You don't have to sit through the night working on a laptop or thing. So it's a good side of it.
right, right, right. That's a great perk, I guess.
So
Yeah, and also
very,
apart from
very
this,
intense.
like do we have to be stayed updated in this field, or it's like electrical that you learn till undergrad and you just get some experience and then you are set for life? So how is that
Uh,
in this field?
yeah. So again, it depends from company to company. Like like if you are in the automobile sector, it like changes every 5 or 6 hours, six
Hmm.
years. Right now they are transiting from diesel and petrol to electric vehicles. So you need to upgrade your understanding of from mechanical, hardcore mechanical, to electrical and electronics as well. So the transition period is more in automobile sector, but if you work in like food processing, or if you work in like in railway sectors, that the transition is like every 10 or 12 years. So if you know things right now, they can help you out and for easily for next 8 or 9 years, you are all set. You don't have to worry that much. So it really depends upon from company to company.
Nice, nice, nice. And so far your experience, like how is European education system different from that of India?
It's very different from India. It's very different. So here more focus is on yourself. They do not have any attendance system here. You are
Hmm.
on your own. You are responsible for your own learning and for your own education. I have some of my friends who never go to classes. They just study from home. Like the teacher shares all the study materials. They study from home. They
Hmm.
devote their time, which is required for the subject, and they score very good marks, like very very good marks. So all depends how you want to involve yourself in the learning environment. If you want to go to the classes, interact with the teachers, ask queries, then you are free to do so. But if you think you can do it on your own, studying like sitting in the home in your comfort of your bed, and as it is suits you, you can like optimize it. And all the classes which are happening, like classes are in person as well as they are held online, and all the recordings of the classes are shared with everyone. And whatever the study material a teacher shares, it's like open for everyone to refer and study. And the teacher also shares with you all the like how the exam is going to happen, what are the things you need to take care while giving the exams. He shares the previous 5 or 6 years question papers with the solutions to the students as well.
Nice.
So the teachers actually pay a lot of efforts into making you learn what the system expects you of. So that system is very good and very supportive, and no one cares about the marks here. Like even they don't even talk about marks. No one
Hmm.
asks you how much grade did you get in the last exam. They are more focused on if you learn something out of it or not. And the system is more of application based. Like it's just one part to understand all the theories, but they have a lot of group activities, case studies. Like I remember one of my courses in last semester, we had to go to the company, and the company gave us a problem statement in which we had to apply the theories which we learn, and make a report out of it, like with the recommendations and what are the problems, how you're going to tackle the problems which industry is facing. So it was lot more of like a lot industry folk, more of like practical or real time experience. And there were lots of guest lectures. Like I have 4 or 5 people coming from big organizations across Denmark and across the world to give guest speeches on how the latest systems are running in their companies, and how what you are studying is relevant to your work field. So you know that what you are studying right now is actually going to be used when you are working. It's not just something which is obsolete or non essential. So it's a very good experience. And especially in Denmark, they have lots of activities which are group focused. Like they teach you how to work in teams. Almost every course has a certain assignment submission which has to be done in like teams of 4 or 5 people, in which you learn how to like interact with people of different nationalities, how is their behavior, how much efforts they put in, because it really teaches you a lot of interactive and team working things, which I felt was not as much in back in India.
Yeah,
So it's a really good experience if for me in Denmark to like work in this international environment.
yeah, true. And like Indian engineering education system, like the weightage is just distributed, like a huge chunk of weightage is just given to the written exam that is conducted every 6 months. So how
Yep.
is that, like, is it the same over there? Because you have like, I guess, completed one semester. So how much of weightage is given to the written exam, and how the weightage was distributed?
So like in India, it is a university level system. Like every course you are going to study, you are studying electrical, you are studying mechanical, you are studying CS. Each and every course of these departments will have the same evaluation system. Like let's
Hmm.
say 20% assignment, 10% attendance, 70% uh, end semester exams. But here in Denmark, each and every course has a different evaluation system. Like, and in some courses we don't even have to give the exams. So I remember like I took like 5 courses in last semester. One of the course had a like it was we had to work on a startup idea, and the final startup pitch was 30% and 70% was on the individual report, in which we have to discuss one of the aspect of our startup and like detail in detail and like elaborate it. That report was like 70% of the grade. And then in one of the exams there was 100% MCQ based exam, and in one of the courses there was like 10% presentation, 10% was another presentation, 20% was on the case study, and 60% was on the individual report. So it varies from course to course and system to system. There's no fixed protocol. The professor designs the course and he decides how he wants to evaluate the students. The system gives more liberty to the professors on like deciding how they want to impart the knowledge. It's not forced by the system that you have to do this. It is more versatile and flexible considering here in Europe system. So it's a good.
Right, like this is one of the pro, I think, to like have masters abroad, because that the curriculum is not rigid, and more of a like you told, more of a liberty is given to the professor to how to design the curriculum. And I also heard that like it is changed every semester, because like if some technology is like getting old, and we need to like refurbish the education system, so the professor can do it on himself. Is something that we need to like inculcate in our education system too. Okay, so
Yep,
Kwan,
yep.
like you actually touched down to the some of the pros, but are there any cons of this career too?
Career as in this production industrial engineering.
I just like,
You're saying?
yeah, I ask this question to every field, so it's just general. If you feel that,
On side. I wouldn't say there are like concepts. It depends upon individual to individual because uh, like my curriculum of industrial engineering and management has a big chunk of the management courses which are taught in to MBA students. So we are like the hybrid breed of engineer as well as an MBA person.
Right,
So we can like fit in the lower roles of the company as well as on the higher positions very easily because we know how to manage. We know we have studied management. So I wouldn't say there are any con sides to this. Like it depends, like because in Europe, every student takes the courses which he wants to study. Like I have my curriculum. If I want to study a big chunk of my courses from CS branch, or I would say let's say designing, AutoCAD designing and stuff, I can choose my courses as per my requirements from what like how I need to learn and design my course. So it's entirely up to me to understand what I want to learn and use in the long term. So I wouldn't. This is a good thing which make you realize what you actually want to do because there might be some courses which you take at a basic level and you realize that I don't want to do this in the long run. Then you know that you are not going to fit in this kind of job responsibilities, so you can easily like weed them out from your career path in a very early stages of your career. So by the time you are done with your masters, you know what you want to do and or at least what you not want to do. So it's I wouldn't say there are like any downsides or things. Depends from person to person. There are people who might say like system is not good and like they have more this more that. So it's more of a person specific perspective, I would say. I don't think there are any bad downsides to this.
okay, right. So we would be moving to the end of this session. Before that, what are your future plans, if any?
So like right now, I wouldn't say I have planned for a very long term. Right now, I'm just focusing on getting a good student job here, like in some of the big companies. And then for my third semester, I'm planning for a student exchange in one of the European countries. And after that, I will see that if I am able to collaborate with a good company for my master thesis, and then I can try for a job in that company. So that's all.
Got it. Okay, Path. So like you have like sit on this journey and even you have completed your bachelor's. So until now, like you may have been done many mistakes or you may have learned many of the experiences. So what tips you would like to give for a fresher who is going to be on the same path?
Like if I like look down my journey for last like uh, 7 or 8 years through my bachelor's and then through my professional life as well, like I would say that focus on understanding what you actually want from your life. Like is it a very high package? Is it a very like relaxed life, or is it more power that you are chasing after? Like have the earlier you get a clear cut idea of what you want from your life in the long run, the easier for you is to walk down the path, because then you if you don't have the clarity, you will be just be jumping from one boat to another. You will be working, preparing for government services. You will be giving exams for CAT. You will be giving exams for GMAT, for GRE, and at the end you might not end up anywhere. So the earlier you have the clarity what you expect from your life, what sort of responsibilities you see yourself fulfilling in the next 5 or 6 years down the line, the more focused you will be on your path of your career, and the easier it will be not to get deviated from what your friends are doing. So like if you are working on a path which is more of academic centric, like you are doing your bachelor's, your master's, and you're planning for a PhD, and some of your friends they did their MBA from IIM or something and they are getting a shitload of money. So you
Yeah.
might get influenced by them and you want to shift your career. But you don't see yourself as an MBA executive in a company working 12 to 15 hours a day, then you are just going to be wealthy but unhappy. That's not what you were chasing for in an insurance. So you have a clarity on what you want with your life. The earlier you have the clarity, the more easier the path will be for you. So
Those were some of the mind-boggling and incredible tips. It was nice talking to you, Parth, and thank you to be on this session. I guess this is going to be a very like informative session for many of the people who are actually confused between what to choose, and like there are very small amount of like fields they are been fixated upon, like it's either electrical, mechanical, or civil. But yeah, by this podcast, I think that they are now maybe more aware about many other paths too. So thank you to be present on this episode, and best of luck for your career ahead.
thank you, Sanket. It was good to talk to you.